Well, good morning. It is day 2. So, obviously on the agenda, I'm going to take this down. They got dry during the night, so I'm going to take these down to the water, let them moisten. I'm going to make more cordage today and might even try to make a whole new set. I'm not sure. But definitely cordage and definitely try to get that ember. I want that stove. I drank the whole 32 ounces of Powerade, so I'm dipping into the apple juice today already. I need water and I need to be able to have that water boil. Okay, I just got back from a little hike and I found this piece of, looks like driftwood, and what I really liked about this piece is when I take my stone, which I don't know where it is right now, and you mar this piece, it's a soft wood. So I thought that could be a potential hearth. It's pretty flat. All I need is one burn in to work. You know, this I have no idea what kind of wood it is, but it has the right characteristics. So that might be something that I look at. This right here could be a spindle. Fairly straight, the bark is falling off, the decomposition state is good, so that could be a spindle. I found these three. They're also fairly straight, around the right diameter. They were off the ground, so the bark is falling off. They are harder wood, but as long as my hearth is soft, I can use a hardwood spindle. So these are potential spindles that I might use. Not sure yet. And see if I can get anything to go here. This is day 2, friction fire attempt number 100. So I like this as a bearing for now. So as you can see, I've got a burn in, but I don't have any dust. So let's go ahead and see if I can get some dust going. There we go. Just falling in the groove, or do I need to cut more? Okay, we're about half a pile of dust. Let's see if I can ignite that dust. Nope. Dang it. Close. I need to trim this cordage is a lot better. I like the cordage. This is drilling too much down, so I'm going to flatten the bottom so it doesn't drill. So let's see, I basically have dust. I just need to get an ignition. That rhythm right there feels good, so I'm going to try to keep that. Did I get it? think I had it there for a second. Darn, I was close. Had it. But that's okay. That's what we do. I don't like that catch because I'm afraid I'm going to lose like all my dust. So let's flatten the bottom of this again. And put it in there for lubrication purposes. Just like that, right there where my thumb is. This cordage is holding up good, although it is getting tired. So I'm going to try to get some ignition out of this, hopefully. Ooh, right out there. Let me get this thing started. Cordage is a little tight on the bow. It's making it hard to spin to get started. Let's see if I can get it going here. There we go. Let's get it going. There's the rhythm I'm looking for right there. Long strokes. Yes. Yes. Nope. It died. I had it and it died. Dang it. I had it and it died. Oh, don't you hate when that happens? You've got it and it dies. Dang, 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 dang. Oh, keep trying. Here we are 5 years later, still trying. Let's get after it again. See if we can get it. So I've got dust, I've got a notch. Obviously I've got my bow. My string is doing okay. It's starting to get worn. So I'm starting to get a little concerned because I know how much effort it takes to make string. Cordage, but let's give it a shot. Pack this in. I'm really hoping that I can get this because I'm so close. And like I said, if not, I do have another idea. I just need to focus on getting a smooth rhythm and not getting too crazy and not quitting too soon when I think I'm there. I need to push past when I think I'm there a few extra strokes to make sure that they count. Okay, so let me lock my, making sure my technique is good, so let's get going. This rope is just, it's not spinning. So I think it's up top up here. Oh, dang it. Cordage broke. Okay, save my dust. I have a Powerade bottle from yesterday. I'm going to fill that Powerade bottle up with water, and I'm going to try to use the sun's rays to reflect that beam onto this dust and maybe ignite it with solar. So that's my idea. I do have another method that I've been kind of working on over here, and this was a method that I did in Hawaii. You can see I got a notch here and I got a bunch of dust. So you would basically take your piece and scrape it back and forth and it would create heat. And I tried that last night and I got a bunch of dust, got a bunch of smoke. This thing got hot, but I never got ignition. So now it's on to solar. Let's try that. Let's put our catch with our dust right there. I'm gonna sit down and get comfortable because I think this might take some time and I'm not sure how to angle this. I'm just trying to find the tightest focus that I can. Is this even working? Is it even getting hot? So I found it where the beam is the most intense. Ooh, and it's hot. And I propped the bottle on a rock so that it'll stay perfectly still, and hopefully I'll get ignition. So it's still kind of slow going. I'm trying to focus that beam to where it's the most intense. I think this needs to be like a little taller, a little higher. Right there, I think, is, if I can get that to balance. Ooh, that's a good area right there if I can get it to just balance right there. I found this charcoal too, and charcoal works good for solar because the sun loves black material that's charred. So let me get a couple rocks and maybe prop this bad boy up because I like that spot right there where it was. It's really powerful. Test it with my finger. Oh yeah. Let me try this charcoal under there and see if that'll get going maybe. My neighbors they got these dogs, and these dogs keep coming over to my camp every time. They're nice dogs, but gosh, it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to film. When you're doing something so intricate like this. If I can set my camera down, hopefully you can see that. I've got a really nice hot spot there, really nice focus, and I'm gonna place this right under that hot spot right there, and I'm just gonna let it sit and see what happens. Hopefully I can get something going. Nothing there. False alarm. False alarm. I'm gonna go back to the dust. Let's see if I can get the dust to. It's been sitting here about 10 minutes, and I think I got it. I see smoke. Ah, I might have gotten it. Oh, yes. Check that out. Oh my gosh. Day number 2. I get my stove. That is crazy. Look at that. Oh, don't kill it. Don't kill it. Don't kill it. Don't let it die. It died. Dang it. Back under the bottle. Oh, I got too excited. I got too excited. You can see where it charred it. So let's find the best spot. So I definitely have ignition again. You can see it's smoking. But I'm gonna make me a bird's nest because just for the sake of this survival scenario, I want fire, and then I'll put it out immediately. So I'm gonna try to let that stay, and hopefully it'll get stronger. And I really want my stove. I'm thirsty. I need to drink water. If I can, look at that. That thing is just smoking really good. It's been sitting there probably 20 minutes. I don't want it to go out like it did a minute ago because I got all excited and I thought I was home free, and I killed it. So I want to make sure that I got enough. Get a little air on it, hopefully. So yeah, I think that's probably ready to transfer. Let's see if it'll stay on its own. This is so delicate right now. Excuse me. Oh, I hope I can do this without messing it up. I'm gonna cuff this right over the top and then fold the whole thing over and hope it didn't die in the process. Oh yeah, I think it's still alive. Yeah, we're still smoking. How's that angle? Can you see me? This is the dust from those failed friction fire attempts. I think it went out. Dang it. Nope, it's still smoking. I'll just wait. Try not to do nothing drastic here. Dang it. I think it's out. And I'm out of dust. Darn. I've been sitting here for like 15 minutes holding this darn bottle right here. I'm afraid that if I take it away too soon, it'll die. Let me refocus. Come on. Yep, and that's what just happened. It died. Okay, let's try it again. So just in case you might be wondering what's in there, that's a piece of this bark rolled up in a tight ball. And when I got ignition, which took forever, I placed some small pieces of that charcoal in that ember. And I've been blowing on it really light, trying to bring it to life. I think I'm there, man. I can tell you that this bottle thing is a patient man's game, and I'm not very patient. But I think I'm gonna get my stove. I'm hoping so. More smoke is always good. There's my flame. Look at that. Yes. Oh my goodness. Let's make sure that we see this, folks. Oh my gosh. That was one of the hardest fires I think I've ever made in my life. This is not easy. Gosh, I'm so thirsty. Now I get my stove. This is water that I had in the vehicle, just in case you're wondering. Life is good. Gosh, that was tough. I never felt like quitting or giving up. I knew that if I kept trying and kept trying and kept trying, that maybe I would get it. And if not, I would have kept trying. I would have never thought that a water bottle with some solar energy would have produced a flame. This is such a big deal for this survival challenge because now I have my stove that I can use with unlimited amount of fuel. Gosh, that's cool. Now I can cook. Now I can boil water. I can purify water. I can do a lot of things at night if it gets too cold. Not that it did, but I could fill this with warm water and go to bed with that and keep me warm. Such a big accomplishment right now. Day 2. Success. Day 1 was failure. Day 2, success. Thank God. Oh my God, thank God. Look at that. I don't think I've ever been so excited about a fire in my life. And, you know, I totally could have came out here and done this video and just said, okay, 10 days, $10, 10 items or something like that. But I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to do that within a controlled environment. I have everything in the vehicle: food, water, first aid. I've got knife, tools, all my 10 C's and more. But I wanted to do this old way, the old school way, primitively. And I know that this solar method is probably not so primitive because they didn't have water bottles back then, but I have them now. And it's something that I didn't bring into the landscape. Well, actually I did. But to be fair, I've found tin cans and stuff along this hike. Down here in the distance, I found a couple Bud Light cans, and you can do something similar with soda cans. So it just feels good to have ignition. I'm so happy right now. Life is so good. I'm gonna finish this water, get hydrated up, because it had been a while since I drank. In fact, this is the first water I've drank today. And the water's not even cold. My armpits are sweating. It's warm out. Probably 85 degrees or something like that. It's not hot, but it's warm. This completely changes the game from this moment forward. Oh, I'm so happy. So happy. As I'm drinking my water, enjoying this, I'm thinking about the methods of fire making that I tried. I tried hand drill, failed. I tried bow drill many times and failed. I tried the plow technique, failed. I was gonna try this and see if it worked, and if it didn't, I was going to try the Rudiger roll using that tinder pile and hopefully some of the ash from the fire. I was going to try that if this didn't work, but thank God this worked. Thank God, because the Rudiger roll's not easy either. But man, if you guys could just feel how I feel right now. If you've never came out, look at my hands from that hand drill. Look at my hands from the cuts from making all the cordage and stuff and using stone tools. I mean, I'm just beating my hands up. So I'm at the point in this challenge where beating my hands up pretty much a thing of the past, because now I get fire. You know, it doesn't cost me nothing at this point. Oh man, look at this. That's crazy. I'm gonna hang on to this cordage because I'm still gonna need it, probably to tie up maybe some sort of shelter or something, because last night under the stars was beautiful, but it did get a little chilly, and not chilly as in shivering cold, but chilly within just being out of your comfort level. So it was doable, and to be fair, I could have put on another layer, so it was okay. But I'm gonna hang on to this cordage, and yeah, I'm getting kind of hot now though, so I'm gonna take these pants off, get back down to my shorts, and I'll save these pants for later, for when it gets cooler. I'll put these bad boys back on, but for now, let's go back to the shorts. Back to the shorts, because life is so good now. I'll tell you what, just the boost of morale that I'm experiencing right now is just crazy. I'm just feeling like I just won the Olympic gold, you know? And some of you watching might be thinking, well, that's not that big a deal. I mean, I guess this just goes to show you the importance of carrying those necessities. Carrying a Bic lighter, carrying a ferro rod, carrying a knife, and probably the biggest one is, you know, you watch my videos where I review paracord, and I'll say, well, this paracord's trash, oh, that paracord's trash. But the fact of the matter is, all that trash is better than what I can produce out here. So I would have loved to have had some cheap, you know, commercial grade paracord out here, because it would have held up longer than primitive cordage. This was definitely a struggle. Stone cutting tools right down here, they get dull fast, so it makes, you know, the effort of making a set is terribly hard. Not necessarily hard, but time consuming, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But man, I mean, and then look at my hands. So you can see right there from the hand drill, there, I got all these little scrapes and stuff just from making that cordage. There, my hands are beat up. And could you imagine how hard this challenge could have been if I wouldn't have been successful today? I mean, it would have made the whole situation much more difficult. One thing that I would like to do while I'm out here on this journey for 10 days, and I didn't do it last night because I was kind of flustered, didn't get fire. I'm not used to not getting fire. I think I'm pretty good at that skill, and to be denied that, it's kind of a blow to your morale, to your ego a little bit if you're that kind of person. I'm not really that kind of a person, so it really hit the morale, because I would have loved to have made a pot of beans. That's the one item that I brought as a cheat item, was my 2-quart stainless steel Cuisinart pot with lid. I brought that because making that in the field with no tools, you pretty much have to have fire, you got to have a dead animal or something to make a container. It's not easy. So I cheated on that one, because that one, so I hope you guys are taking notes. That's an important item too. Very big of importance. If you know, there's a reason why the 5 C's are so important. They're necessary items. What I was trying to say before I got sidetracked though is before this journey is over, I want to get down to the water and see if there are any crawdads in the water. Maybe I can pick some of those guys out, and maybe, you know, I don't know, that would be cool if I could. I'm looking at the water during the day and there's nothing there, so I don't know. But day 2, man, what a huge success. Huge. Yes. Did you know I'm happy on day 2? Did anybody out there know that I'm excited? It's day 2 and I had fire. So I'm working on this cordage and I patched it up and made one piece, different thicknesses and stuff, but I made one piece of rope or cordage so that if I need to string up my shelter or whatever I need to do. There's no rain in the forecast, so I don't know if I'll even use a shelter, but in the event that I do need any kind of cordage, I've got a little bit here. That's just from failed bow drill attempts. Also, the blue one that I had from day 1 that I found, remember I tried that on the bow drill and it broke, so I put that together too. So right here I have all of my cordage ready to go. In case clouds roll in and I see rain coming or something like that, this stuff is ready to go. So I'm going to put that right up top there. I also, while I'm on the topic of cordage, I twisted those roots together and put a little bit more together too. So cordage is covered. I'm so happy about my stove and about my pot. So got the pot, I got a spork and a spoon. I earned this. Gave myself a reward, right? I've got a thing of ramen here, 370 calories that I'm getting ready to do. 370 calories. I could sure use that. The dogs just ate. I gave them their food. Oh man, this is so, I don't think I've ever been so happy to see my stove. This is just a really exciting moment for me. I don't think the camera really justifies how much work I put into that fire. I can promise you that I put the work in. So the Whisperlite Universal, man, that's cool. Shaker jet, boy, I'm happy to see this. So happy. I also have a ferro rod in here. Check that out. So this is part of my stove. This is an MSR product. So that's part of my stove kit. So I got fire making there. No more primitive stuff. Got a ferro rod. Got a piezo igniter for starting up the stove. And a pink lighter. Fire. Make fire, earn fire, right? There's also a little piece of orange paracord. I don't know what that's about. 6 or 8 inches of paracord. But if you count the inner strands, that gives you quite a bit of cordage if you break it down. So that was in my stove kit, so it's fair game. So that is that. Now, since I worked so hard on this fire, I got pretty dehydrated, so I awarded myself one more item. Let's go take a look at that. So this is kind of like the dog's food staging area. I have the dog food in here. I got a whole bag of dog food in the car, about half full. So there's some water for them. There's their food bowl. And this is what I rewarded myself with right here. My Sawyer Squeeze water system. I'm telling you, the camera doesn't really justify how much work I put into earning that fire. And the amount of dehydration, the container, you know, it's just to catch the water. And here's my Powerade bottle that made the fire for us. So I'm basically filtering some water, and I'm ready to eat some ramen. Definitely ready for some ramen. When you limit yourself and you earn things, I think you appreciate them more. Oh yeah, that's just fabulous. That's awesome. I'm gonna be eating a lot of this out here. 12 times. Forget it. Is it recording? What's it doing? So let's taste this filtered water. See what it tastes like. Not bad. Sawyer did a good job. Yeah, that water's not bad at all. This is the Verde River, I think. Not bad. So I could do that for 10 days, no problem. Check that out. That is my ramen. I know it's pretty impressive, huh? This gets a lot of people through college. Ramen. A lot of single people. They spend all their money on alcohol or books, one or the other. And they have to eat ramen. When I did my 5-day, I was reading the package on one of the ramen things, and it was kind of interesting, the history. I think I got different company of ramen though. I think the bottom of my pot came off because I used it over a fire so much. But it's still a great pot. This Cuisinart 2-quart pot, solid pot. That ramen hit the spot, and having good, fresh, clean drinking water is just doing a lot for me too. I could have dug like a seep well, but I just didn't have the energy, I guess. You know, a lot went into that fire, and this ramen is just hitting the spot. This might sound funny, but that salt tastes good right now. Who would have thought ramen tastes so good? I feel like I've got energy again. As I finished up drinking this water, I thought of SOTUS, another technique where you put your water in a clear container, set it out in the sun, and you let the sun, the ultraviolet light from the sun, purify your water. Let them sit out there all day, like 8 hours of direct sunlight, and you'd be amazed. It'll kill all the pathogens in that water, and it'll make it safe to drink. So that's another option if you're ever out and you need to hydrate. Think of SOTUS. It's effective. Kind of forget how nice it is to have a stove until you've gone without and cooked over fire. A little piece of something floating in there from the ramen left over. This rice is going to be good. Oh yeah, the dogs are liking the filtered water too. This flow rate is a lot better now. I went through 3 liters. I went through 1 bag, and when I went and filled the bag again for this second round of water treatment, the flow rate picked up. So I'm happy about that. I've been giving the dogs filtered water instead of making them drink that dirty creek water. I mean, they could drink that, it'd be no problem, but I didn't feel like making them have a hard time with water, so they're drinking just as good as I am. Now, some of you might be wondering, what was my thought behind choosing this Sawyer as a water system to award myself? And that really comes down to making the fire. Once I got that ember and I got that fire, it told me You know, one, you get your stove, but it also told me that having a stove and having a pot, it freed those items up. It gave me the ability to purify water. So with that bonus of getting that ember, I now had the ability to cook and boil water. So purifying water is exactly what this is. So why not make it easier on myself? I've earned this water filter. So, and I mean, the Sawyer does a fabulous job. I mean, you could talk about the Be-Free water filter, you could talk about the LifeStraw or the Sawyer. All three of them are excellent. But I think the Sawyer is the best. I really do. But I would rely on any of those three. They're all fantastic. I like the Sawyers. The LifeStraw, you have to have a container, so you would fill your container with dirty water and you would put your straw in there and then drink through the straw. I just like having the ability to have something that's going to work very well. The Be-Free is fast in the beginning, but then they get gummed up quick and you can't back flush them like you can on these Sawyers. Sawyers are just a fabulous water filter. So this one's about topped off. I'm definitely up on my hydration now, so that's a good feeling. You know, I don't think I'm dehydrated anymore. I peed just a minute ago, and I think my dogs, I think they're hydrated too. So everybody's good to go. Life is good. I got to thinking about something, and that is my hydration level. I must have been pretty low on my hydration because I drank about 4 of these since I got this filter out. Now, generally speaking, for a 200-pound person, you should drink about 100 ounces per day. So that's half of your body weight in ounces. And my weigh-in weight was 198.8. So that would have been 3 of these, which would have been 96 ounces. But I know I was dehydrated because I drank 4 of these, just trying to get my body to where I can urinate again. That's how far behind I was. So it's nice to be back up to speed on my hydration. Very good feeling. I'm happy about that. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That is looking good. Ooh, yeah. It's nice having the ability to slowly cook your food. Having a stove really spoils you. That rice is done and it's fantastic. So thank goodness that I had this container here from Wendy's. We're gonna pour that rice, water, and everything in there. Might have to set this down to do it, but that rice looks fantastic. Oh man. I chose the brown rice over the white rice on this trip because when I was looking at it, it had a little bit more nutrients than, you know, per pound than the regular rice did. So that's why I chose brown rice. But really, can't quite tell the difference. I mean, it looks fabulous. So I'm gonna let that sit. I'll probably start soaking some beans here soon so that tomorrow I can have a nice pot of beans that have been soaked. I like soaking those beans overnight because it gives them the chance to get rid of the gases that give you gas. At least that's what I've been told. I bet you there's a bunch of crawdads in there. It's a pretty area. Really nice out here. Such a cool place, and I love getting out. Look at this rock right here. Wouldn't this be like a cool rock to sunbathe on, you know, like maybe you go swimming or something and then you get out of the water and you Come relax right here. It'll be perfect. The sun will be beating down on the rock and it'll be radiating heat out. So it'll probably feel pretty good after getting out of that water. See. Is that any better? Cleaner? There we go. Look at this rib that's in this rock. This is cool, man. Check that out. It is like quartz or something. So that's a fire rock. That's something that you could bang against a piece of steel and make fire, make a spark anyway. That's pretty cool how that was. This is the area that I came out to earlier this morning when I was trying to find more fire making materials, but I didn't bring the camera then. So I thought I would come out here and just kind of show you what it looks like. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat out here. That mullein plant is dead, and it would probably make a spindle. It's like last year's growth, I think. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice to see mullein. This is an area that I was kind of looking at for possibly making a shelter. So first off, you got this nice beach area. So you have not, you know, your access to the water is right there. You have some overhang over there, you know, like a wooded canopy. And then this rock here, if I took a ridge pole and put it right down here, we could probably camp right under this rock. Sun goes down to the west, so the sun would come up in this area, and you have a lot of access to water. I'm taking a look and I saw this little area up here. So I thought there's like a nice wooded canopy area. Let me go see what it might look like for shelter. And I saw the trees, saw the canopy, pretty much daylight, daytime shade rather. And I thought, man, this looks cool. So I came a little closer to take a look. And I was looking at the canopy up here, looking around. And I looked down and found this. This is not planted, I promise. This is here. Holy smokes. Oh, look at that. What is the chances of finding a big lighter? That's crazy. If I would have found this yesterday off the land, I could have used it, because the rule is anything you find is fair game. Isn't it funny how I find this after I made fire? After killing myself for 2 days? Great find. I don't know how much fuel it has. I'm trying to look up into the sun. I don't know. I'll probably have to put a flashlight against it to see. But this is cool. This is a great find. I'm so happy about this. But this spot, gosh, you know, between this tree here and then coming across to this tree, that'd be pretty good for like a hammock setup. This could be a good shelter. If I make enough cordage, which I almost have enough now, to go from this tree across to this tree as a ridge line, I can put my plastic over that and have like be underneath this canopy, and the sun comes up over this direction, so I would be shaded in the sun. I'd be shaded in the midday, and then of course shaded at the end of the day. This is a good find. This could be shelter. Definitely thinking about it. The footing is good. It just needs cleaned up a little bit, you know, some of these broken branches and stuff, but that stuff can be used if I was to make a debris type shelter. So the possibilities are good here. So there's a couple things I'm working on right now. I have my cup here from Wendy's. I want to pour the beans in this cup temporarily because I want to make some oatmeal. Now on this challenge, I don't know what's going on with me, but I am super hungry this challenge. When I did the 5-day, I worked just as hard, and I never, during that whole 5-day, I never got hungry. But this one is totally different. All I can think about right now is eating and food. So I'm gonna have some oatmeal, and hopefully maybe it's all the energy that I burnt trying friction fire. You know, when I did the 5-day, I got friction fire right away on day 1. So it was a lot less then energy wise than it was here this time. So maybe that's what's going on. How much fuel this bad boy has. Hopefully you can see it down there. So this thing's pretty good. It's not even close to dead. It's about right down where my thumb is. So I moved all my food over here, and there's a big old wolf spider in there. I don't want to hurt him, but I want him to leave. No, not that way, bro. Oh my goodness. How come spiders never listen? I'm afraid that my victuals are gonna fall. Come on, bro. Let's get on out of there, dude. Come on, bro. Shit, it scared me. Boom. Jump. Jump, bugger. This way, away, away. No, that way, down. I don't want to kill him. I want him to be happy and go somewhere else. Did he go? I think he went down under the stove there. When I reached into that food pouch, it kind of startled me. Oh yeah, he took off. He's under my MSR bag. Okay, bro. Go find you a new spot, dude. There he goes. Go on down there. Make you a hole. I don't like spiders, man. Finally got the spider gone. It's kind of funny. So while I was messing around with that spider, I was kind of hearing the neighbor yell at his dog. It's kind of funny. The dog's like running off, I guess, and he didn't like that. I can tell you that the dog's name is Drew, and I forget what the other one's name is, but I've heard them yell the names of the dogs long enough and enough times that I know the one dog's name is Drew, and the neighbor's not afraid to use the F word when he calls his dog. Kind of reminds me of that song by Hank Williams Jr. In country music, you just can't say the F word. That's funny. So here's old Blondie. She's just chilling. Oh, the poor thing. She's not very camera savvy today. And Ranger's over there eating. Today was just a great day. I think I'm going to call this day number 2 a wrap. A lot of good things happened today. Tomorrow's going to be amazing. I ate that oatmeal. I ate 1 packet, and I feel so much better. So that hunger thing kind of went away. I noticed when I peed that my urine was still yellow, so I need to drink more, and I'm in the process of doing that. So yeah, I'm starting to fit into my groove here. When you go to a location, sometimes it takes you a bit to get settled in, or I don't know how to say that, but starting to feel like I know where I'm at here, so it's kind of cool. But with all that being said, I love y'all. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. This is going to be a lot of fun, this journey that I'm on, 10 days out in the bush. I also had an idea that I wanted to ask you guys. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this idea. Of course, by the time you see this video, I will have already decided what I was going to do, but I still want you to get involved and let me know what you think, because as this video gets released and everything, I want to see what you guys were thinking. Did I make a good call or not? So here's the deal. Every day that we go into this challenge. So tomorrow will be day 3. I'm thinking about introducing one item out of the vehicle, maybe a knife, maybe something. Oh, Drew still calling. Oh, he said, yeah, he's yelling at his dog. Goodness. They're like a football field away. That dude's got some lungs. So here's the deal. I'm thinking about giving myself one item every day. We'll see what happens tomorrow, if I still feel that way or not. Funniest thing happened today with Ranger. So the dogs that you hear the neighbor yelling at, they came over today to visit. And those dogs are both males, and they're both like horny as hell. It was funny. So they were trying to mount up on Blondie, and I wouldn't let them near her. She's an old dog, you know, she barely walks, you know. And then they went after Ranger, and it was funny. Ranger was getting attacked. It was funny. It was really funny. I'm having a hard time filming right now because I hear the neighbors screaming the F word and stuff and slamming stuff. They started a vehicle. I'm just trying to be aware of what's going on. The guy's kind of weird. He's yelling at his dog. That's probably why the dogs come over here, because I'm cool to him. Dropping the F word. He's lost his dog. Apparently he's mad and wants everybody to know. This guy is having a meltdown. Jesus effing Christ, he says. And I heard him like just going off. I think this guy's got some issues. I'm thinking a football field is good, but yeah, I hope he doesn't come over here. He came over yesterday because he was looking for his dogs. He seemed like a nice guy, but man, he is having a freaking meltdown right now. You gotta discipline your dogs, man. I got Blondie right here. She don't go far away from me. She never runs off. I've been strict with my dogs. Ranger, he's right there, paying attention. He's kind of watching the circus over there. But man, you got to take care of your dogs. If Ranger gets 20 feet further than what I'm comfortable with, I call him back. And then I try to not get in the habit of constantly calling my dog. It's just crazy. Crazy. Can't believe the meltdown this guy's having. There's 2 men that are over there. They're probably in their 50s. And just this whole moment right now, I can tell that this guy's got some issues. Crazy. He better not come over here with those issues, because I'm not looking for no trouble. I'll leave. I'll go find a new place. This will be a 10-day new spot every day video. If it comes down to that, I'll go somewhere else. I'm not going to deal with crazy people. We'll see what happens. Crazy. They honk the horn when they want the dog to come. There's a pit bull, and the other dog looks like Lassie. I got some footage of them earlier. But they're nice. They're friendly dogs, but they like to hump everything. So Ranger, you know, his fantasy got fulfilled today. It just didn't go the way he thought it was going to go. Well, day 2's in the books. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to quit rambling. You guys are probably wondering what the hell are you talking about? Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow.